G'day and welcome back to Foord Off-Road. In this video I'm going to unbox the Marks adapters conversion kit for my LS engine. So, start with the most important bit. I've already opened it to have a quick look, but I haven't actually taken all of it out or read any instructions. So, engine mount. Weld on engine mounts. And ones to go onto the chassis, because this was a TD42, so you have to cut and weld new mounts. If you have a ZT30, you can just drill a couple of holes and she bolts straight in. Pretty much bolts straight in. So this is the Marks adapters LS conversion kit for a GU Patrol. It's the same kit whether you have an LS1, 2 or 3. And yeah, what's that? Warning, important information and handling. Oh, look at that. Look at that goodness. That looks awesome. That's mad. That's where most of your money is when you buy the kit, but that is an extended and an adapter bell housing. Other ones there's other ones on the market which is a shorter bell housing. It's just a standard replacement and it still uses standard input shaft or standard length input shaft. If you use another brand, you have to dint in the firewall a fair bit to make it fit. So Marks is definitely the way to go. And I think that's all in that box. Okay, the next box. We have a new new master cylinder, new clutch master cylinder, because it runs a concentric slave cylinder inside the bell housing. So you have to use a different master cylinder, can't use the one that's on it from factory. A braided line to go to that. I need a knife. An input shaft extension. So basically that goes over the input shaft, the factory TD42 gearbox input shaft, and that is the GM LS pattern for the clutch, so you can use a Holden clutch. And also so you can extend the input shaft. And that is pretty cool. Not only is that piece, that's a very important piece. Next. So these mounts are not standard LS mounts. They're specifically designed by Marks for this kit into a four-wheel drive. They're not just the ones that come on a Commodore with new mounting plates welded onto the chassis. So, two of them. A really heavy frisbee. Oh, look at that. Look at that goodness. Flywheel, I think it's billet steel. Cool anyway. So that is thicker and heavier than a standard LS flywheel. Thicker and heavier than a standard LS flywheel, so that when you're going real slow idling up things in four-wheel drive, it doesn't stall as easily. Next box. A whole lot of bolts and important things. Yeah. Righto. Hopefully they all have a home. Prior to installation, some instructions about the clutch and concentric slave cylinder. Concentric slave cylinders aren't like normal slave cylinders. You have to read the instructions, you have to do it properly, otherwise they will not work and you'll damage them. What else is in here? So these are the mounts that actually go onto the engine. Let me figure out which side is which. It'll say it in the instructions, I'll read the instructions. These are the mounts that go on the side of the motor. Probably not that way. Probably not that way. I'm gonna guess something with there. These are the mounts that go on the side of the motor to put the rubbers on and actually put it in the That's a pretty, look at the welds in that too. It's not cheap quality, this is really good quality stuff. And obviously everyone knows Marks is Australian made, so it's good to buy Australian made as well. A clutch, standard Holden clutch, oh I think it's heavy duty Holden SS clutch. Clutch plate, not going to open that yet. The last box. New dipstick. Lots of pieces of packing paper. Modified LS sump. Yeah, new windage tray. And modified or different oil pickup. A lot of bolts to put it on. Make sure you get them out. Don't put it on and leave them in there because then you just... A whole lot of bolts to put it on. New gasket, which is already on. New gasket. Now, the reason that you need a modified sump is because, look how long that is. This is really just a short back one. So on the patrols, and then most cars, it's not an issue, right? But the patrols have front diff, which is here. So if you jump your car, like I'm sure a lot of you will have seen Sam Miles do, you smash a hole in the sump, which is exactly what happened to him, and he fixed it laying in the sand. So yeah, that's why you need one of these, to avoid that. Because I mean, who wouldn't jump their car if they have an LS in it? So that's that. A whole lot of expensive parts. Let's get to chucking it together. Okay, so that's the Marks adapters kit to put an LS engine into a Nissan Patrol. That is just the stuff to get the engine into the car. There is more stuff you need. You need to relocate the alternator, you need different power steering lines, you need all sorts of other stuff. But that's just the stuff that will get this engine in that engine bay. And it's all really good quality. Highly recommend Marks. At the end of the build, I'll tell you if I still highly recommend them, if it goes all together pretty well. But from what I've heard, top quality stuff. From looking at it, it looks pretty bloody good. So now I'm going to just pull this apart, change the gaskets, clean it up, get it ready to go. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Check out the rest of the build. I'm not just doing an engine swap, I'm doing a whole lot of other stuff with this car. Basically trying to make it as awesome as I possibly can. So check that out on my channel.